Okay, so today I want to talk about something that has been on my mind heavily over the last, I don't even know how long it's been, maybe 3 or 4 days at this point. It is PlayStation first party games coming to PC. Now, this has been a hot topic within the gaming community since basically God of War came to PC, which was on the 14th, which at the time of making this video was 2 days ago. And this is something that I really don't even need to make a video on. It's just kind of childish and dumb. But I want to talk about it because it's something that a lot of people can't seem to grasp their little brains around. Now, this isn't everybody. I'm mainly talking about fanboys, people who use video games as a form of elitism, and they gatekeep a lot of games, and they feel as though they're entitled to have their favorite games on their platform and they're not allowed to go anywhere else. So, okay, getting into this. For whatever reason, this all really started with Horizon coming to PC back in, I believe it was 2020. And a lot of people were upset. They were angry. One dude destroyed his entire setup. He was so mad. And I really don't understand this mentality. A lot of people feel like, as I said previously, a lot of their favorite games, such as Uncharted, Horizon, God of War, those games should not go to any other platform. They should stay on PC, or stay on PlayStation. Now, the reason why these games have come to PC is because Sony has gotten their heads out of their asses, I would like to think. They realized that they can make money if they bring their games to other platforms. Microsoft knew this from the jump, and that's why they're way ahead of the curveball as far as this goes. But they realized that there are some people out there who are not going to spend $500 just to play Horizon, or just to play God of War, or just to play Ghost of Tsushima. You name your PlayStation first party game. They realized that. And when you think about it, you're asking a lot of a consumer. When you make a game solely for one platform and one platform only, you're taking a big risk, because if someone who does not have a PlayStation, they have to go out and buy a PlayStation 5 for this specific title, if it's exclusive or not. They have to go out, spend what, $530, that's after taxes, and then they have to spend $70 on said game. You're looking at well over $600 just to play one game that you may or may not like, okay? Or what they realized is we can release it on PC, Steam, Epic Games Store, whatever, whatever app you're on, on PC. But they can release it to Steam. I'll use that as an example. They can bring it there, and the consumer only has to spend, what, $60 to $70, and that's it. That's the risk of spending $60 to $600. I mean, it's night and day. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what someone would prefer. And some people just flat out don't like console gaming. They just don't. That's their preference. They prefer playing games on PC. Now me, I love my consoles. I always will, because I grew up playing consoles. But with that being said, I do like my PC a lot, and I have a pretty good one. I like to say a pretty beastly PC. That being said, I want to play those games on PC because they'll run best on that PC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when you look at God of War as an example, it's a game that runs beautifully. It runs very well. At 1440p, I'm getting 100 to 130 frames. It runs lovely, okay? That being said, they're realizing that there is a fan base, there's a consumer base out there that will still buy their games if they put it on another platform, and they can still make a good amount of money doing that. And when you look at Sony's track record, I mean, over this past year, if all I really want to say is, if you're upset with PlayStation games coming to PC, you're going to be really upset this year, because there's a lot more on the way. I mean, I say a lot more as if I definitively know of every single game that's coming. I don't. But for example, we have Uncharted coming up next. There's rumors and speculations. There was this big NVIDIA leak where there was a list of games like Ratchet & Clank, Returnal, God of War, which ended up making it, Ghost of Tsushima. So there's other games that we think are in the pipeline, and it would make sense. But when you look at Sony's track record with Horizon was one of their biggest flagship titles, okay? You look at Days Gone, which arguably isn't their biggest game, but it is still a first-party game from a first-party studio. You look at God of War, which is a big heavy hitter. Mind you, Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War all have sequels coming out this year. They're big PlayStation first-party titles. You then look at Uncharted. That was another big first-party title. I'm hoping we get The Last of Us at some point, to be honest. But point being is they're seeing what they can. They're seeing that there's another consumer base out there that does not own their PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, but they can still sell games too. And like all the games I just listed off, and not to mention they just acquired, I think they're pronounced Nexus, I'm not entirely sure, but they basically acquired a studio for bringing over games from PlayStation to PC. That's what that studio is there for. So when you look at the facts, and not to mention the whole PlayStation PC, they're double downing. Like, this is not just a 1 game, 2 game, 3 game, and then we're gonna not bring any more games for a couple of years. They're really trying to double down on this, and they're trying to bring more games over because they realize there's a lot of money to be made. And when it makes what's the expression? If it makes dollars, it makes sense, or something like that. That's what it is right here. They can make so much money. I mean, when you think about it, if you think about just the games that people have always wanted to try, and when you bring it to PC, you're opening it up to like a whole new consumer base. There's a whole bunch of people on Steam, on PC, who want to try these first-party PlayStation titles. And now with God of War here, with Horizon, they now have the opportunity to try some. And before, like, because believe it or not everybody owns a PlayStation 4 or even bought one. Not everybody owns a PS5. And you look at the landscape now with COVID and everything, finding a PlayStation 5 is not easy. It's really not. I mean, of all the people I know who are gamers, I only know of one person who got theirs in a normal means. Everybody else either got them from scalpers or they got just incredibly lucky, and it was right place, right time situation. And that's just the landscape it is now. So they're better off bringing games to PC where more people can enjoy them, and they don't have to stress out about trying to find a PlayStation 5. And some of them just don't want to buy a PlayStation 5. So, you know, that's that. It's interesting to finally see them do this, because I've been predicting this for a while. I think a lot of people have, honestly. And I just think it's about time. I mean, and it's weird, you know, this whole fanboyism thing going on right now, where people feel the need to gatekeep. They feel like their games belong on their favorite platform and they shouldn't go anywhere else. They act as if it hurts them. And that's the thing I don't understand. Just because a game comes to another platform, how does that affect you? How does that affect your enjoyment of the game? Why do you feel so entitled to hold this game so close that if it goes anywhere else, it's like the end of the world? It's not a woman. It's not a man. It's not like someone you're intimately involved with. So why does this bother you so much? That's the thing I don't get about these fanboys. They're so emotionally attached to a piece of plastic that it's honestly a little bit scary. It's worrisome. I mean, I'm sorry, but you know, just because you have a game on your favorite platform doesn't make you any better of a person. So I can't really understand why these weirdos are so attached to these games as to where they feel they can't go anywhere else, otherwise they throw a hissy fit. Like, I don't get it. It's weird. It's bizarre. The way I look at it, if a game comes to if a game that was previously exclusive, or a game that just any game really, if it comes to multiple platforms, that's a good thing, because that means more people get to experience a potentially great game. Why do we need to act like these are just crown jewels that only belong in one place? Like, why? What is the purpose of that? What do you gain from that being a thing? Like, I don't get it. Maybe somebody in the comments can enlighten me. I want to talk about this. Honestly, give me your thoughts on just gatekeeping, console fanboyism, just all of that. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm not a fan of it. I own everything. I play on everything. So I just don't see the need. And even when I didn't own one console or the other, I mean, I started off with a Series X this generation. I didn't feel the need to just incite arguments on Twitter and fight people constantly because they have a preference. I mean, if you prefer PlayStation over Xbox, that's good. That's cool. That's what you like. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what you should like. So I don't know. It's just really weird. It's bizarre. I don't get the mentality behind it, but I mean, at the end of the day, I guess people are just gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna form their own opinions, and they're just gonna argue about nonsense. But I just don't get it. I don't know. I think it needs to stop, though. It really does. It needs to stop. There's no point in any of this. We're all here to game. That's the purpose of video games, is to have fun, enjoy yourself with friends, create experiences that you could not get anywhere else. So I don't know, it's weird. Let's talk about it in the comments section. How do you feel about first-party titles of either platform coming to another platform? Like, let's talk about this. And yeah, so thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a rating. It helps the channel grow. I haven't made a video in a while, well, at least a video like this. So let me know what you think of it, and let's talk away in the comments section. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.